Nigeria's next president if what Nigerians are saying is anything to go by, must be a candidate who is passionate about the country and understands what it takes to lead a diverse people. With the economy ravaged and security in shambles, Nigerians have shifted expectations. As a result, conversation to what they desire in the person that will succeed President Buhari. In the 2015 and 2019 elections, one man stayed vocal about supporting the candidate of his choice, a former senator who's been followed by many Nigerians and other Africans, Senator Dino Melaye. Good to have you on the program, and thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Well, Senator Melaye, we actually started by looking at what happened in Zambia for the incumbent, the new president, President Hichilema, his journey to presidency. And of course, we're trying to also look at some of the key things happening in Nigeria. You've been a vocal Nigerian and one the people want to hear, always. What do you think should be the standout qualities that should be sought in Nigeria's next president, considering the country's current position and situation?
Basically, I was saying that there's only one hope for Nigeria, and the only hope for Nigeria is the PDP, because right now, as I speak to you, Nigeria is not only thing, but equally to part of what I call a dreadful continental abnormality. There is a need for amelioration, there's a need for palliation, there's a need for correction, and that correction cannot come from the APC, because the APC is responsible for the state of the economy, it's responsible for the insecurity in the country, it's responsible for maladministration, it's responsible for the ineptitude, and all sorts of negativities that we experience. So for me, if one needs to sit on that today in the country with the PDP. But even the PDP cannot find a headway with the present electoral act that is operational. Unfortunately, the Senate of the President of Nigeria carried out a lucrative amendment that did not give Nigeria their expectations. So, without amending the electoral act correctly, without making electronic elections admissible, without electronic distribution or electronic collation of results, we cannot have a viable, credible, transparent electoral process.
You know, you're among the very few Nigerians who have had a stint in the two chambers of the Assembly, the legislature, the House of Representatives and the Senate. And many Nigerians still think that the problem is with the legislature. Now, we're talking about the Electoral Act. One wonders why, once a colleague, always a colleague, why your colleagues found it very difficult to pass some of these key, observations and changes that Nigerians needed to make the process a better one.
Once the legislature is not a product of the legislature, you will always find sycophants, myopic, porous characters who will refuse to do the bidding of the people, but will rather promote the biddings of individuals and their political party. The Senate and the House of Representatives has presently constituted. The leadership of both chambers is a product of the presidential villa. So the Senate and the House can be seen as an appendage or a department of the presidential villa. So it will be impossible for them to take any action.
Quickly here, leading up to the 2015 election, you played a major role. You were a vocal supporter of Nigeria's present President Muhammadu Buhari against Goodluck Jonathan. In 2019, you also switched allegiance and supported Atiku Abubakar. Perhaps young Nigerians who are coming into politics, especially towards 2023, would like to know what your thinking was, why you made those moves, and what you now know compared to what you knew then.
Yeah, I will start by saying that I was very scammed by the Buhari campaign in 2015. I was scammed because I trusted an old man, and I expected that an old man would mean well for this country. And Buhari, when he wept in Kaduna, and at the same time again, when he wept and told Nigerians his passion for this country, and I felt because he was a general of the Nigerian army, he is capacitated and in position to tame the insecurity of the country at that time. But only for him to get sworn in as president, and for me, his performance has been a beautiful nonsense. He's not done well as president. He lacks the capacity and capability to even govern the country. There's no governance in the government. The country is more divided than ever in our history. Nepotism became the order of the day, and sectionalism became also the order of the day. Appointment was tweeted towards one particular region of the country, and this is not what we bargained for. This is not what we campaigned for.
Let's move on, because after that big support, which you tried to explain why you backtracked, you went straight to the PDP, back again to the PDP. You did something that many Nigerians have been wondering how you came about that decision, and that's approaching President Goodluck Jonathan, or asking President Goodluck Jonathan to forgive you on behalf of yourself and other members of the PDP who switched to the APC in 2015. What were the pointers that caused your defection from the PDP at that time?
Basically, like I said, that once I was blind, now I can see. We thought that the Jonathan administration was a bit incompetent. But the truth of the matter is you don't actually get to know who you married until you try another wife. Then you can now tell the difference between both. Nigerians were disenchanted with the disillusioned with Jonathan administration. But when we now got the Buhari administration, and in comparison with the Buhari administration, we knew that in the town of the blind, a one-eyed man is a king. In fact, the government of the PDP under Jonathan administration and that of Buhari, they are poles apart, and it's like comparing darkness and light. Then I personally regretted, why should I drop my Lamborghini for a 404? I mean, that was the blunder committed, that was the mistake. So I had to apologize to Jonathan that we thought actually you were bad, but honestly, we have seen what the real expression and lucid interpretation of what bad is. We are in this country today. We've never seen this country as divided as it is today. It is a very myopic, porous, parochial, and militarily intelligently stagnant character to find out that some people will go to the Defense Academy that is 1 kilometer or less than 1 kilometer away from the first division, Kaduna. They got in, they killed 2 people, abducted the major, and there is no trace. They are not arrested, there is no trace, and they escaped. For me, this is a national embarrassment, and it has further proven the incapacitation of Mr. President. It has proven the incapacitation of the military. It has shown that Nigeria is on the precipice. It shows that we are perilous. It shows that we are mean. If a major can be killed like a chicken.
Quickly here, Senator Melaye, and you're a critic of the APC and their policies, and so far we've heard that much from your conversation with us here. Is the party operating from a different agenda from the one you agreed to be a part of in 2015?
Basically, they are not just working against what we agreed on. When we formed the APC, it was a party that is supposed to rescue Nigeria, bring back our long-lost reputation, build a viral nation, unify the people, and strengthen the economy. But unfortunately, when APC took over power, the President, Muhammadu Buhari, who we all respected and thought will help to take us out of the doldrums, through incapacitation, proves that he cannot govern a country like Nigeria. Everything in this country is working against the people. And the Buhari's administration and Buhari's performance in all facets of our national life is F9 parallel. I am here to see what sector of our national life where the APC has done better. We promised Nigerians to fight Boko Haram. We have succeeded. Our performance is a beautiful nonsense. We promised Nigerians to stabilize the naira. We are worse off. We promised Nigerians that will provide food and security. Today, there is no security, not talk of food. All the farmlands in the length and breadth of Nigeria have been taken over by herdsmen and bandits. We promised Nigerians that we will build strong institutions, but the APC, instead of building strong institutions, are building strong individuals. We promised to unify this country. And this country is more divided than any time in our national history. There's call for secession everywhere. And it is because of the injustices associated with this satanic administration. We promise Nigerians that we will give them good roads, pipe-on water, and provide housing. Today, Nigerians are worse off. So only a man without conscience will remain in a political party. The party is not a political party. APC is an NGO. Because all the ingredients of a political party, they are missing in APC.
Well, now, you know, let me come in here because I'm trying to see how much we can, you know, take before we wrap up the show. Because we're moving towards 2023. Your complaints about your former party, the APC, are well stated. But again, in trying to define who becomes president or the qualities of the next man or woman that should be president, your governor, the governor of your state, Yahaya Bello, is making a case for the North Central to produce a president in Nigeria. Do you agree with his point?
Anyway, you cannot, I am not a demon. I am not anti-Nigeria. So you cannot ask the worst governor of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You cannot ask a man who has looted the common patrimony of the Kogi people, who in 4 years did not pay salary, and even the few salary he paid, he was paying 30% salary to the people. He is the only governor of the Federal Republic of Nigeria today that is yet to commission one project. I'm talking of one project. How do you want to reinforce failure? By asking a failure who fails as a governor to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
But he hasn't said he wants to be president. He's only saying the North Central should present a president.
I am challenging you as a journalist. There's something called investigative journalism. Go to Kogi State and tell me what project commissioned by the Yahaya Bello administration.
No, you didn't get me. I never said anything about the project. I'm saying he hasn't said he is running, has he? Because you're saying that he can't present himself because he failed in running the affairs of Kogi State.
So, can you say that again?
I said, I haven't said he failed or he didn't fail. What I'm saying is that the governor of Kogi State hasn't come out categorically to say he's running for president. So your argument, yes, so your argument saying that a man who failed can't present himself for presidency isn't, logical here.
He said so in more than one occasion. And the ceremony of inviting old analog footballers and Nollywood actors and actresses, all is in a bid to sell the impossible mission to Nigeria. No, we are not mediocres. Nigeria is a serious country. Yaya Bello can only be president of Agasa Development Union, its immediate community, or of a small Rotary club, not the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
So you're staunch member. You're
wasting time on the mediocre.
So you're a staunch member of the People's Democratic Party. Now, what do you think about the zoning of the presidential candidate? If you don't agree with Yaya Bello thinking that North Central should produce the next president, is the PDP thinking of zoning the position come 2023?
The issue of zoning of the presidency are not discussed by the neck of the party, and I would not want to preempt or work against what eventually will come out of the neck of the party. But whenever the party meet and decide on the issue of zoning or where the presidency is coming from, as the loyal party man, I will do the line of the party.
Okay, a section of Nigerians have asked that a Southerner should be the next man or woman in office. Do you think the region where the next president comes from matters?
Yeah, it will be unfair to take the presidency to the region where the current president is coming from. It will be unfair, and I don't think that my party is reasonable to go that route.
So if you were to make a decision, young Nigerians watching at the moment, and they're asking Senator Melaye, what region do you think we should be looking to get in a candidate? Where would that be?
Yeah, the two marginalized regions in terms of the presidency of this country is the Northeast and the Southeast.
Do you see any potential in the Southeast to start with? You know, the presidential election is just more than 500 days away. So with the experience of the past 6 years and benefit of hindsight, do you see anyone who can actually fit the label?
For now, if I want to be very straightforward and very open to you, Atiku Abubakar is the man to beat.
You still think former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has what it takes to win the next election if given the ticket of your party?
I would say that Atiku Abubakar, who clearly won the last election, just as APC was declared, but Atiku won that election. He has more than what it takes in terms of experience, in terms of capacity, in terms of knowledge, and in terms of knowledge in terms of civil administration and the movement of politics. Nigeria, as it is today, need a man that has the capacity, that knows this country, that can take us out of the woods. It is not the best of time. If we now get Nigeria stabilized, build our institutions and standardize our thinking and practice, then anybody can become the president of Nigeria. But today, normal situations demand abnormal instruments, and we are in extreme abnormal times in this country. And we need the experience of the likes of Atiku to get us out of the woods.
You know, former military president of Nigeria, Ibrahim Babangida, has been speaking, and one of the key things he said, that Nigeria should look for a president around 60 and above, and one who has gone round the country and is known by all. So what's your scope or understanding of who the next man or woman should be?
I am not against the young Nigerian running for the presidency of this country or becoming the president of this country. But I want to tell you that we are in peculiar times in our national history. We are in abnormal situations in this country today. That's exactly what happened also in America. When Trump came and bastardized the name, the history, and the integrity of America, needed another man with experience to put America on base. That is why they got a man at 78, 79 in Britain. So if America, with their civilization, with their exposure, with their economy, is considering a man of 79, then you know that Atiku is too young to be president in this country.
You know, considering the recent issues in your party, the People's Democratic Party, do you think your party stands a chance of producing a strong opposition to the APC in the coming election?
What is happening in our party is not peculiar to our party, and it's not a major problem. It's a domestic problem that will be tackled domestically. And I want to tell you that there is no break, there's no rat, there's no crack in the PDP. We are a one party, and I'm telling you that we are more than ready and united to move this country out of the woods, and we will produce the next president of the Republic of Nigeria.
Senator Melaye, I know for one thing that you're very close to former Senate President Bukola Saraki. So if Dr. Saraki should stand for that election, would you still give your support to an Atiku Abubakar?
Anyway, I will tell you categorically that Bukola Saraki is my brother, is my friend, and we are close, and there's no problem between him and I. And he has not declared that he's going to run for the presidency of this country. But he is eminently qualified by all ramifications to run for the president of this country. But I assure you that when we get to the bridge, we'll cross it.
Before we get to the bridge, there's something Nigerians should also learn from a politician like yourself. Tell us, where's the place of loyalty? Because we saw that in your standing behind the former Senate President, Bukola Saraki. In, tough times, good times, you were there for him. Is that what politics should be about?
If I get to right, you talked about my loyalty to the former Senate President?
Absolutely, and your support for him at that time.
Yeah, I supported Saraki as President of the Senate because of his laudable programs for this country, because of his decisive nature, and because of his love for the masses of this country. And I supported him because the system was trying to fight him. The system was trying to lure him to do what is not beneficial to the country. And I can only support him. He was a good cause. I have no regret supporting him. And if you history, I will support him again.
I think I want to go back to the Atiku you mentioned, former VP. In times past, Nigerians saw the forms party primaries took in the country. In 2019, for example, Atiku Abubakar defeated Governor Aminu Tambuwal and Dr. Bukola Saraki to emerge as candidate of the PDP. Tell us, do these regional or geopolitical preferences come into play in those primaries all the time?
I'll tell you that from my own thinking, we don't even need a primary because we're an opposition party. There's no point creating acrimony. There's no point putting money in the primary. We should have a consensus candidate who will straight defeat PDP. Who will defeat the APC.
No, and you've said something about Nigeria's northeast and also Nigeria's southeast. Let's quickly go to the southeast. If your party, because you said you go by your party decision, what if your party comes out to say, well, we're looking to the southeast? Do you have someone in mind that fits the bill?
I cannot say name now, but we have plethora of fine candidates from the southern part of this country. We have candidates who are eminently qualified, president of the South.
Young Nigerians.
Who are best foot forward.
Yeah, many first-time voters. We'll see many first-time voters in Nigeria because INEC has already said it has hit the 2 million mark in its online voter registration. How is it going with your constituents, with the people around you, your supporters, especially in your state? Are they buying in on this online registration by the Independent National Electoral Commission?
Yeah, you see, Nigeria have been suffering that have bedeviled them by their administration are coming out to register. They now know that the only solution to this problem created by the APC is for them to vote this evil party out so that Nigerians can be life for themselves. So people are coming out from my territorial district, from my my supporters, and we have been advertising on all platforms to come out and register, because the only weapon we have to chase this evil party, all promises party, that's APC, out of power, also use our votes to chase them to Villa.
Let's talk more about this, movement that, does happen before an election year in Nigeria, people crossing carpet. Do you have friends in the ruling party that may ultimately, before 2023, be moving out of the APC to join your fold?
What happened with those governors is that, my question is, the two governors who left our party, or three governors who left the two governors from the south who left our party, why didn't they leave their first time as governor? Why are they leaving when they know that all is over? And see if they will be able to win elections in Ebonyi, in Cross River, with APC. So, the truth of the matter is that the implosion in APC is inevitable. And that implosion is because the party is already divided on four different factions in the APC. And that is what makes the implosion inevitable. The Tinubu faction is there, the Fayemi Fashola faction is there, the Chie Rufai faction is there, and the remnant of the cabal is being managed by Malami and Ako. There's no way that the marriage will not get. And we're expecting that democratic evangelists will win a lot of souls from the APC.
Let's close on this. President Buhari will not be on the ballot. And if your reading goes well and your choice emerges for the PDP, do you think, who do you think will be standing on the other side against your candidate?
This has no presidential material. And I cannot, and that is in confusion.
What if the APC goes to the southeast?
We're ready, anybody. Nigerians are tired of the APC are taking us back by 50 years. And so campaign is, not the campaign itself already. So there's no I believe, in fact, the maladministration and poor performance have given Nigerians the hope that PDP is going to go.
Distinguished Senator Dino Melaye, many thanks for being such nice company, and once again apologies for all the glitch during the course of this program. 2023 may still be many days away, but as they say, preparations for the next election starts from the day a new government enters office. We do hope we'll be having Senator Melaye again live in the studios as to avoid the glitches experienced on the show. Policies, objectives, direction of government all point to what will determine citizens' choices in the next election. Thanks for being such a nice company. Goodbye.